Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Ayurveda Basking. So today, as you know, 1st January 2026, first day of the new year. So happy new year to all of you. May this year bring so much happiness, so much prosperity to all of your life. And today video is very special because we are going to discuss or decode our Samhita paper 2. Basically Samhita paper 2 is for KUHS University, especially it is on 5th January. And you know, there is a vast syllabus. We have so many sthana to study. Shutra sthana, where we have to study the 18th chapter, then nidana sthana, sharira sthana, vimana sthana, and indriya sthana. So in this video we are going to how we can decode our syllabus, and in this less time we can study maximally and efficiently so that we can write maximum in our paper and score a good marks. And this video is especially important for all those students who are studying Samhita now, because you know Samhita actually is so vast. Some topic maybe we covered in our Nidana paper or in our other papers, but the most important thing is here so many shloka there, so many concepts are there. So in this video we are going to decode all those things, and at the last I am giving you one important list. In that list you can see the most important topic, and surely question will come from that portion, 10 marks, 5 marks, and MCQ also. So if you want that list, you have to come with me till last of this video. So let's start our video. First, you know, this is our NCSM syllabus of Samhita Adhyayan paper 2, and in this syllabus first they are giving so many topics, and along with that they already mention like MC, which portion is the MK, which portion is the DK, and which portion is the NK. So first of all, the most important thing you have to mark in your book is that from each and every chapter which one will be the MK portion, which will be the DK portion, which will be the NK portion. So here second important thing is that in starting you can see this thing, and here they are giving like how many portions, like how many marks coming from each portion. For example, this Sutra Sthana they are giving 37 marks, 37 marks from chapter number 13 to chapter number 30. So there are approximately 18th chapter, and for 18th chapter there are 37 marks. First thing you have to clear with this very neatly. Next come our Nidana Sthana. Nidana Sthana is actually for 19 marks. So there will be 10 marks your question from this 8th chapter. And next come our Vimana Sthana. So in Sharira Sthana they are giving 13 marks portion. So there will be SCQ portion from this topic. And next come our Vimana Sthana, and Vimana Sthana is basically again आपका 19 marks, and this is your Indriya Sthana. Indriya Sthana is basically for 7 marks, and Vimana Sthana is 24 marks. So we can arrange Shutra Sthana, then Vimana Sthana, then Nidana Sthana, then Sharira Sthana, and last is the Indriya Sthana. This is going to be the sequence of our question paper according to the syllabus. So we have to cover our syllabus likely, because first we have to cover a major portion so that we can know majorly what is asking in the paper. And this thing you have to check in your mind. After that, in this like holidays you can mark which one is the MK portions in your each topic, especially the most important topic. You should know which one will the MK, because sometimes what happen, they will give directly the heading of this. For example, this is the MK topic, so sometimes they will give define and enlist 24 type of pravirchana sneha and other type of sneha pravirchana. So as you like study your whole concept, you study whole book, but you didn't know the heading of that question, that it will be going to be difficult for you. So first of all you have to write this headings that is given in the syllabus in your text. If it's little, then you have to mark it is MK portion. Especially the MK portion we have to do like this first of all before starting any sthana or any chapter. So this is the clear point. Third point, next comes the next fourth important point of our discussion video is that distribution of theory examination. In this I am going to show you some important things. For example, this is the 37 marks distribution of our first sthana, that is Sutra Sthana. From this set things you have to see one important thing is that from Sneha Sthana to Vividya Ashit Pityam and Arthe Dashdashamanyam. This is your 18th chapter, and in this 18th chapter, from where 10 marks question can come. It can come from Sneha, Sveda, Upkalpaniyam, Chikitsa Pravrityam, Kiyant Shariram, Trishotyam. You have to mark this thing importantly. Ashtodharam you have to study for 5 marks or MCQ portion only. Then Maharoga, again actually these are very big chapter, and you know Ashtodharam and Maharoga is actually the same content you already studied, you know, Nidana paper 1. But here no 10 marks question is coming, only 5 marks and MCQ is coming. Then this chapter Annapana Vidhi also, like so many portions are there which maximum chances having coming for MCQ, so you don't have to give that much force to in this 3 chapter, and along with that is 29th chapter. So this 4 chapters, so out of our 18th chapter, 4 chapter we have to study only for MCQ and SCQ, so no need for LAQ. Is that clear? Next point is that there are so many other chapters also. Then how we are going to discuss these things, we will I will give you that list in the last of this video. Next come, if we talk about our Nidana Sthana, so there are 8 chapter where like this disease we already studied in our Nidana paper 2. But most important thing I am going to tell you, if you are writing the same content which you study in the Nidana, and you, let's suppose you study this Javra from the Ashtanga, content is same is both in Ashtanga and Charka, but when you writing the question, don't write the shloka of Ashtanga. You can write the you can write the matter itself, you can write the keyword in a Sanskrit form, but don't write the shloka of Ashtanga in this paper, because this is actually pure Charak Samhita paper. Okay, and from this portion you have to see one thing, only the Gulma chapter is that where no 10 marks question is coming, and all the 7 chapter have a fully like chances to come for the 10 marks. And in the last of the video I am going to tell you which portion is having a more capability to come in a 10 marks question. Okay, and all 8 have a chance of MCQ also, and it is total basically 19 marks distribution will be there. Surely 10 marks question will be there, surely SCQ will be there, and surely MCQ will be there. Then if we talk about our Vimana Sthana, so Vimana Sthana again there are 8 chapters are there. It starts from the Rasa Vimana up to the Roga Vishajityam. Here you have to see one thing, all the 8 chapter have probability to come for the 10 marks question, and all the 8 chapter have for SCQ, MCQ and LAQ, and it is having a weightage more than the Nidana Sthana and less than the Shrutra Sthana. So we have to focus on the Vimana Sthana after our Shrutra Sthana, because it is coming for 20 marks. Okay, and here also some of the thing you already studied in your Nidana paper. For example, Srotas we already studied. Okay, Dashavida Pariksha we already study, then Janapadamsha we already study, and somewhat Ama concept we also study, and this Rasa Vimana, mainly the Ashta Ahara Vidhi and all that we already study in Swastha paper also. Next comes our Sharira Sthana. Again Sharira Sthana also constituting of 8 chapter, and out of this only 30 marks question will be coming. For example, from this portion no 10 marks question will be there in blueprint, but here they have mentioned like from Mehti Garbha Avkanti 10 marks question can come, but in blueprint no 10 marks question will be asked from this portion, only SCQ, 2 SCQ and 3 MCQ will be coming from this portion. So all the 8 chapter have a like proportional 50-50 chance of coming for 5 marks and MCQ. In the last we will going to discuss which having a more chance for coming. Okay, and the last sthana is our Indriya Sthana. As you know, in Indriya Sthana total 12 chapter are there, and from Indriya Sthana no 10 marks question should be asked. So here you can see no they have already written no 10 marks question is coming, and in our syllabus only 1 SCQ is coming and 2 MCQ is coming. So this portion is like every student is going to leave this portion because it is coming for very less, but I will suggest you there is a so like 2 or 3 day interval, so we can study this, because from all portion question is not coming. They have given only specific portion from which SAQ will coming. MCQ we can't predict because it is coming from all the portion, but for SAQ they are giving only some selected point. For example, first chapter have the probability, fifth chapter have the probability, seventh chapter have the probability, 10th chapter have the probability, along with 11 and 12. Only this portion, and in that also very like less topics are there, single point, 2 or 3 point, like that MK portions are there. So only that portion you have to stay. If it in your luck, then it will be come from that portion. And for as MCQ we can't guess it will coming from all the portion. In the last we are going to discuss which is the most important thing. So this is one of the important point we discussed. Next we go to next important point of our video is, so this is the list I am talking about in whole video. So how you can decode this list, I am telling you. For example, if we talk about Sutrasthana, so in Sutrasthana they are 18th chapter, and it is coming for 37 marks. 37 marks, and there are 2 SAQ is there, sorry, 2 LAQ 10 marks question is there, and SAQ is there, and maximum MCQ is coming from this portion. And in syllabus they are giving the division also. One jo first LAQ is that from this chapter only, and second LAQ is from this chapter only. Okay, and in these chapters sometimes we have many probability now, like this topic will be coming, and I have written the some important topic that have a chance to come for 10 marks or 5 marks question. For example, from the 13th chapter, maximum chances is from this Chaturvidya Sneha, and their uses, how we can use them, and there are some many subheadings, 1 or 2 line shloka are there. You can revise all them and make a 10 marks question. It can ask for 1 plus 2 plus 3 like that portion. Next, from Sveda itself, and type of Sveda. In type of Sveda, Agni Sveda as well as Niragni Sveda as well. So you have to first of all know what are the Niragni Sveda, how many they are, and what are the Agni Sveda and how many there. And out of this, 2 important Sveda they are constantly asking exams is Jantaka Sveda and along with that Nadi Sveda. So these are 2 important Sveda, you have to study this too very nicely. Next, this 15th chapter, 10 marks question maybe not come, but 5 marks, there is a topic explains some Sarjana Karma. So you have to comment in the video what is mean of the Samsarjana Karma, that is explained in the 15th chapter. Next, from 16th chapter, Swabhav Upkrama Vada is explained. That is also having 5 marks, 5 marks can be come from this portion. 10 marks also come, subdivision asked, but important topic that is mentioned, that is Swabhav Upkrama Vada. Then from 17th chapter, Ojo and Ojo Guna are explained. Who studies the Nidana from Charka expect, they already study this topic, because Ojas we have already studied in our Nidana paper. Who didn't study, don't need to worry, you can study this. If you remember the shloka, then it's okay. Otherwise you can write the same content, but don't write the Ashtanga or Shushruta shloka in Charka paper. Then from 18th chapter, less chance of 10 marks question will be there from the 18th chapter. Second LAQ is from this portion, 21 chapter, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 and 28 with the 30th chapter. So here also I am giving you some important chapter from which we have the maximum probability for 10 marks question, Astonindita. Astonindita, what they can ask, what are the Astonindita. Along with that, we have to special focus on our this Atistholam and Atikarsha, because in book they are explaining the Ashtadosha, their treatment and their Lakshana, so that portion. And here one important thing is also mentioned, that is Nidra. So you can learn that Nidra for 5 marks, type of Nidra or Nidra significance. Then other portion I think DK, in which we have to study that day sleep, what is the contraindication, what is the indication, then how we can induce sleep. But if you study that portion, it will going to help you in Swastha paper, because it is the must know portion in Swastha paper 1. So if you study this chapter whole, it will going to be very beneficial for you, because after Samhita we have the Swastha paper. So if you study this chapter from starting to ending, in ending they explain the Nidra, all aspect of Nidra. For example, example, the Divaswapna is mentioned. Then what is the contraindication, what is the indication, how we can induce the sleep, what is the benefit of sleep. So all this portion if you study, it is going to help you for the Swastha paper 1. Next, this having a more chances for coming for 10 marks, Shad Upakarma, in which you have to write the property of Shad Upakarma. Along with that, the small definitions is there, and after that they are explaining the Ati Yoga, Ayoga, that maybe come for 5 marks, but 10 marks this is the major portion that may come. Okay, from 25th chapter 5 marks question can come like Hita Ahara and Ahita Ahara. Other concepts are also in chapter, but this is somewhat the most, you can say, the important one. That is next, if we talk about 26th chapter, so in 26th chapter the most important concept is explained, that is Viruddha Ahara. Along with the definition of Viruddha Ahara, what are the 18th type of Viruddha Ahara, the treatment, and what is the disease that is happening due to the Viruddha Ahara, who are the person that Viruddha Ahara is not affecting their body, and small things are also explained, for example Vipaka, Virya. So that is the same thing you have studied in the Dravya paper, you just have to revise with example, and particularly the example that is explained in the Charaka Samhita. So you can write that portion in your paper if it come for 5 marks, for example Vipaka, Prabhava, with example like that. Then from 28th chapter, it's an important chapter, and here Dhatu Pradosha Vikara is mentioned. Actually this is again bonus thing, because we have already studied this topic in our Nidana paper 1, and they are the actually same like Dhatu Vaha Srotas Vikara, Rasa Vaha Srotas, Rakta Vaha Srotas. So these are actually Dhatu Vaha Srotas Vikara. This is explained in the term or heading in the Dhatu Pradoshja Vikara. So you can study that portion. Along with that, their treatment, it can come for 10 marks, or it can come for 5 marks individually. They can ask what is the Rasa Pradoshja Vikara, what is the Rakta Pradoshja Vikara, like that. You can study this portion. Next come our Nidana Sthana. So again Nidana Sthana is having the 8th chapter, and in this 8th chapter 10 marks question will be there, and we already discussed the what is the paper mark distribution there. Here what is the important point is that from first chapter you just focus or must focus on the Nidana Panchika. The Nidana Panchika you study in the Nidana is same as the Nidana Panchika, but here if you writing the shloka, please write the shloka of Charaka Samhita. Don't write Ashtanga or any other references. If you know the content, you just write the content, but don't write the shloka, because it will not giving you marks. Okay, you just write Charaka shloka or write the content of other references. Then if Rakta Pitta is coming, actually Rakta Pitta maybe not come for 10 marks, but if it is coming for 5 marks, they can ask for Sadhya Sadhyata. That is the important point in this Rakta Pitta. Sadhya Sadhyata, I think that Pura Rupa or Updravya is important. So Updravya you can expect MCQ, and it can ask in 1 plus 2 marks, for example Sadhya Sadhyata along with Updravya. Then Gulma is normal Gulma. What is the site of Gulma? General things. What is the 5 site of Gulma? Then Nidana is similar, because Vata is the main dosha aggravating here. And along with that, you just study 5 marks portion for this Rakta Gulma. 10 marks question will surely not come from this Gulma chapter. Only 5 marks question is coming, with MCQ can come. So Rakta Gulma you just more focus. Then which chapter having a more chance after Nidana Panchika for 10 marks is Prameha. Prameha can come for 10 marks, in that you have to write Nidana, Samprapti, Updravya, and if they can ask the type also, and from type they can ask the MCQ also. For example, they can ask like Kalmeha is Raktaja Kalmeha is of which type? Pittaja Prameha, Kafaja Prameha, or Vataja Prameha. Like that MCQ can come from the type, because there are 20 type explained now, and 10 marks question can come like this portion 1 plus 2 like that. And next 10 marks question can come from Kushta, because Kushta is like a very important chapter in our class 6, and in Kushta you surely study that Shapta Dravya, what is the meaning of Shapta Dravya. And in this Nidana Sthana, Charaka has mentioned Mahakushta. Okay, Shudra Kushta he didn't explain that much, but Mahakushta he explained, so you can see what are that Mahakushta. Then important chapter is the Shosha. In Shosha basically 4 major Nidana are explained, so you just study that 4 major Nidana along with their separate Samprapti, And there are Ekadash Rupa explained for Shosha. So 5 marks question can come for Ekadash Rupa of Shosha, this Upadrava. Then Unmada is not, I don't think 10 marks question may come from Unmada. It can come, but except of Unmada, Apasmara having a more chance coming for 10 marks question. In Apasmara, 4 type of Apasmara, you know, and Nidana and Purupa. So all these diseases we have already studied our Nidana paper. You just have to revise them thoroughly, and like it's like that you have to similarly write what is the Nidana. Then you can draw the similar table we have drawn in our Nidana paper: Aharja Nidana, Viharja Nidana, Anya Nidana, Mansik Nidana. Same, you have to know the Samprapti. You have to write Samprapti in a paragraph form. Like you can write the like Samprapti Ghatak and all those things, but try to write in paragraph so that it will give you more good paper presentation, and you can get the more marks. Because in Samhita, what is happening, if we write the things in the paragraph form, for example Samprapti, if you are writing in the making a lines and writing it in a paragraph, then it will give you like you know that things very well. Okay, so try to write, or you can write both things. First you draw some diagram. If you don't draw the shloka, draw according to the flow chart, then you write it according to your sentence form. Next come our Vimana Sthana, and it is a major portion after Shruta Sthana, because 24 marks is coming. 10 marks question is there, SCQ is there, and MCQ is there, and the sequences is 4th chapter, 2nd chapter, 8th chapter, 6th chapter, 3 and 5 chapter. So which is the 4th chapter is Trividha Roga. 10 marks question is can come from this portion. Then it can come from the Ama Pradoshja. Ama Pradoshja is the same content you have studied in your Nidana, my dear, in which you have studied the 2 type of Ama, Visujika and Alasaka, and all those things. And 8th chapter is important chapter. 5 marks question can come from that chapter, and also the 10 marks question, that is Dashavida Pariksha or Dashavida Karya Bhava, I know that Karana Karya Yoni. 6th chapter is also important, that is Roga Nika. 3rd chapter is your Janapadudamsha, you already studied your Nidana. 5th chapter is your Srotas. Srotas is also important here, and you already studied that same things in your Nidana paper. Then your Ashta Ahara Vidhi from 1st chapter, 10 marks question can come for Ashta Ahara Vidhi or Ashta Ahara Vidhi Vesheshyatanani. So these are the important heading from 1st chapter till 8th chapter of the Vimana Sthana. You have to main focus. First you have to focus this the common topic. For example, this Ashta Ahara Vidhi, Ama Pradoshya, Janpadudamsha, you just have to revise now. Then Trividha Roga you have to study, because this is somewhat new chapter. Srotas you have to just revise. Roga Nika you have to somewhat study. And Dashavida Pariksha, major portion you have studied. Some other things are also mentioned in chapter that you have to see, because that can come for 5 marks. Next come our Sharira Sthana. From Sharira Sthana no 10 marks question is coming, only 2 SCQ is coming and 3 MCQ, because it is for 13 marks mark distribution. So from first chapter is very important, and you know first chapter is also a big chapter also. So here like some very important points are there. For example, Atma Lakshana is there, Manas Artha is there, Praknya Pradna is there, and Trividha Hetu. So these are the main heading that you have to focus mainly. First you have to complete, like you can complete this Trividha Hetu because it is somewhat big portion. Then Yoga and Moksha, small topic are also mentioned, and Smriti Hetu. From this 4 or 5 point you can expect 5 marks question. Trividha Hetu is similarly you have studied the Treni Ayatanani, but you have to study the extra point that is mentioned in Sharira Sthana also. Then Smriti Hetu actually we have already studied in our Padartha first year, but everyone have forget it, so you just revise that thing also. And Moksha and Yoga, I am saying like you have to study this portion, because if it not come in your Swasthana, that it will help in your Swastha paper, because Swastha we have Yoga chapter na, that is coming there. And then Pragna Pradna you just study nicely, because sometimes they are asking the MCQ like Pragna Pradna is specifying which dosha, like that. Manas Artha is important. Okay, and then Atmalinga. Second chapter is not that much question are coming, but you still see the MK point that is given in the syllabus. Then from third chapter Garbhakara Bhava is mentioned. You just stick to that heading in that chapter. Fourth and fifth like some portions are there, 1 or 2 portion are MK there. You just see that heading and the content what is given. From the 6th chapter you study this bala vriddhi kara bhava, sharira vriddhi kara bhava, ahar pranimana kara bhava, and one important thing is also there, that is samanya vishesha siddhanta, that you also study, okay, because sometime question can come from that part also. 7th chapter also just you see the ratios what is given, what is the total body pramana according to Acharya Charka. And 8th chapter, one important head is the garbhot upghatkara bhava. It is a very big shloka, so you can learn the content, or you can learn the content in 4 points. For example, this is the effect of this, and after that you have to write the shadarasa. If a female during pregnancy consume extra sadrasa, extra madhurasa, then parmeha is going to happen, like that you can remember in the points. Then comes the indriya sthana, the least major portion, and only 7 marks is coming, 1 SAQ and 2 MCQ is coming. So in this you have to just focus on this 5 heading for SAQ, and maybe MCQ can come from this portion. First chapter, the type of vikriti, the type of varna is there, which is the good varna, which is the bad varna, along with that prakriti classification. Sometimes they can ask what is the prakriti classification according to indriya sthana, because prakriti are different type explained in the Charka sthana, but indriya sthana that is explained differently, so they can ask like that. Then 5th chapter, swapna is important, swapna, type of swapna. Then I think pura rupa is also explained, so you can see that point also, what is the pura rupa significance in arishta lakshana. Then from 7th chapter, focus on this chaya and prabha concept, and what is chaya, what is prabha, and their types are also explained. 10 marks also, like not that much, which are given MK point, you just see that. And from 11th chapter, definition of arishta. So this is going to be your whole Samhita paper that we have already discussed according to our blueprint and according to our analysis. Maximum paper surely will come from this portion, because they can't ask out of syllabus. Now if they have to ask, that is their fault. What we can do, we have to study according to our syllabus, what is given in syllabus, and we are doing that thing. Our things is we have to just study. What is going to happen, that is not in our hand now, so you have to study in very nicely in 3 or 4 days, and what is going to happen we will see together. And all the very very best for your exam. After this we will going to discuss our best MCQ for Samhita, because this is very important paper, because only one paper is there, no 2 paper are there, so only single paper, and we have to score at least above 50, and maximum we can score up to 100 now. So all the very very best, and wishing you a very happy new year to all of you, and thank you to be a part of in my journey, in this journey. You all means a lot to me, and whenever everyone comment, then I feel very special, because I am connecting with you guys slowly, so it's very good, it's my pleasure, and thank you guys, most welcome.